Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Usually Best of Friends podcast. It's me and Vicky today.
It's me and Vicky. It's me and Abraham. And we have a special guest today.
Very special.
Very special. So
Extremely special.
you should feel honored that I'm here.
Oh my God.
Just kidding.
We've begun.
Mario, introduce yourself.
So my name's Mario. Obviously, if you guys don't know me, I'm married to Victoria, this beautiful woman right here next to me.
Aww. We are having Mario here today because Julissa could not join us, but that's okay. We have many people that were, if you have been following us for a while now, and you know a little bit about the history of how this podcast started, we have many people that have been in the group chat of Usually Best of Friends, and Mario is one of them, and he will be joining us today. And I'm so excited.
Yeah, of course you are. Are you excited, Mario?
You look excited too.
Yeah, I am excited a little bit. Nah.
You what?
I am
You
excited.
know you're super excited on the inside.
Yeah.
He was a little bit offended because we told him he couldn't be himself. He could be himself, but not too much.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna meet the fake person,
Damn.
the fake me for now.
It's not the fake you. It's just an all.
I guess I can't
The
be me.
presentable Mario.
It's the presentable one.
Yes,
Not the controversial.
We're not ready to show you the real Mario yet
Yeah.
out to the world.
So I'm saying I have to be fake. Just kidding.
Well, today it's going to be a little bit of, it's going to be different from our previous podcast. I think today what we're going to be focusing on is getting to know each other a little bit more, and for the audience to get to know each one of us a little bit more as well. I'm actually very excited to be asking a few questions today that I'm going to learn more about Abraham, even after so many years of friendships. And I'm going to be learning a little bit more about my husband, even after a couple of years of marriage. And
I think it's been a couple of years.
it's two
No,
already. It's 2 years.
It's been a year and a half. It'll be 2 in August.
In a
Literally
month,
a
Mario.
month. That's what I'm saying. It's been 2 years.
It's not official. If it's not official, it's not
I
official.
feel like it's been longer, no?
I
You
mean,
guys don't feel like it's been longer?
well, it feels longer. I think it feels longer because Mario has been around since I was 18. That was
Yeah.
like 7, 6,
Wait, really?
7
that was
years
8
ago?
years ago.
8.
Yeah.
So you told me I met Mario 8 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. it
Well,
is.
what do you
I don't remember like even introducing myself to you back then or when
Well,
we talked
yeah.
for the first time. Honestly.
Well, I mean, I had to be at church.
Well, yeah, but I just don't remember at all.
No, I don't remember either.
No.
The only
Wait.
time I remember Mario was
Yeah.
when we went on that Six Flags trip. You guys remember?
Oh,
we met up
yeah.
at Corina's house.
Oh,
With
yeah.
And I
Cody,
was like, oh, I forgot my
Berna.
wallet. And then I think Mario was driving, so I had to like turn around.
It's all right.
Wait, so how did you both meet? Let's talk about that. It was 8 years ago, but what happened? What do you first remember about each other? You remember the
that's a good
Six Flags
question.
trips?
That's like the first time I'm like interacting with him, I guess. But like, obviously, we had met way before.
Yeah. Well, what did you think about him?
Honestly, because I don't know the truth.
Yeah.
No hard
Spill it.
feelings.
Spill
No.
the tea.
So like, obviously, I don't know if you're comfortable for me talking about this, but like, obviously, you were in a relationship before with one of our really close friends.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, when
I
Mario,
wasn't that close to it though, but yeah.
yeah, I know, like my time was off, but like obviously,
Right.
like I grew up watching you date this person, so like when Mario comes, like, oh, like this guy, like no, you know, like
So you're kind of like that friend that, like, for example, like you were close to Vicky,
yeah.
and then I came along. You were close to Julissa, and then Randy came along. And there's
What
the
are
same
you
situation.
saying?
The same situation, right? Kind of.
Oh yeah, I see.
Like-
I see what you're saying. Like I thought they were better off with someone else.
Yeah.
That's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think for Vicky it was just because she dated like a good friend of mine. Like when you came in, I was like, oh, who the heck is this guy? Who do you think he is? But like obviously I started to get to know you, like, and I saw like the change in Vicky that you that you not like that now that you changed her, but I mean in a way you did.
Yeah. Can you give an example? Like, I want to know. I want to know more.
Well, because
Like-
I feel like during the time that you came, me and Vicky weren't like super close. like it was one of those stages where we kind of went our separate ways. Like she obviously had school, and I was working and doing whatever I was doing. So like we were so super close, but like you could tell like who she was before you and after she met you. Like you could tell there was a difference. And like at the time it wasn't like, oh, it's because of Mario.
Yeah. No, I think I did influence somehow, but obviously she matured too on her own.
Yeah. She grew up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
dang, I was immature.
I think it's
no, not that we're immature,
I think at that age we're all
Yeah.
like somewhat immature and like we don't really know what we
if
want
you're
in
18,
life.
20.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But at that age, obviously we're like 5 years apart from each other, so I kind of like had a different
perspective
view of life.
Yeah.
Different. Like
You
I
had
knew what I
lived-
wanted. Yeah.
You had lived the whole life already.
No, not that much.
No, but like you had different experiences that Vicky never had.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
like you helped her grow in certain areas.
Yeah. So now what, you consider me your friend or
Oh, yeah,
I'm just,
obviously. You know,
I just wanted to
like
hear it
even
from
though
you.
I knew you, you know when like I started like feeling comfortable, because like I don't know if you remember, like it was before you guys even got married, like when I was like in that dark place, and like I reached out to Vicky, but like obviously you guys were you guys even dating? I don't think you guys were even like boyfriend girlfriend.
I don't know.
I don't think so, because it was. No, actually, you guys weren't. You guys were.
Were we dating or were we engaged?
No, you guys were definitely dating.
Okay.
But like I wasn't like, I wouldn't say I was close to Mario yet.
Yeah. I remember.
So because I remember, you want to know why I remember like not being close? Because like I remember we would play Warzone with Josue, like back in the Warzone 1, and like it'd be me, Mario, and Josue. And then like I would never join if Josue wasn't there. Like if it was just Mario sitting in the lobby, like I'd feel so awkward. Like I don't really talk to Mario like that. Yeah. But like if Josue would get off and it was like, oh, I'm gonna keep playing, Mario would say that. And I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna get off too, just because like I didn't feel comfortable with Mario. But like now, like now, like we joke around.
That's so funny.
Yeah. We roast each other.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, it came. Yeah, definitely came like.
And I think once we crossed that like boundary of like me making fun of you and you making fun of me, I think that's when I start feeling comfortable with people.
Yeah, I do remember like, I think I told Vicky like one time like when we used to play versus like how you started to like change and be more comfortable around me when it came to playing video games together.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, back then you didn't like try to like roast me or anything, and then suddenly you just like a whole different AB, which I didn't mind. You know, like I enjoyed you feeling comfortable around me and like playing around with me because like I can take jokes.
Yeah.
So it just, I guess in that moment too, I started looking at you like differently, like as in like, okay, like maybe he's trying to build like a friendship here, which I'm always open to like friendships. You know, if you want to be my friend, I want to be your friend, type of thing. You know,
you really are like that.
Yeah, I think you and Randy have that in common. Like, you guys always like are down for whatever.
Yeah,
and like always like to include people, which is like it's a nice quality to have. Because like not a lot, like I'm not like that. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're close to me, like I want to include you, but like I don't go out of my way to include everyone. You know.
Yeah, I have that problem. I want to include everyone.
But it's not a problem.
That's not a problem.
It's a nice problem to have.
Yeah,
Let's put it that way.
It's a nice problem. It's a nice problem that it could be a bad problem for others.
Yeah.
It could. I mean, why don't you give everyone an example? We were just talking about it the other day when you were sharing that you knew a lot of people in high school, so you almost felt like you were in between like multiple groups of people, because back in the day when Mario was in high school, gangs were still part of school. Gangbangers, it was a big thing. It was like it was scary to go to school because you never knew if there was a gang like going to shoot up the school at that time. And Mario was a part of those times.
You seem like you're super old.
So why don't you talk a little bit about how maybe you being a friend to everyone was like an
Before
issue.
you go, just say what year you graduated, because she's making you sound like you graduated in the 90s.
That old. He graduated in 2010.
2010, yeah. That's 2010.
That's pretty old. I graduated in 2015.
Yeah.
If you put it that way.
Yeah.
I was in 10th grade when he graduated.
I was a 9th grader, I think. right?
Yeah, or eighth grade,
8th grade.
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was an 8th grader. Wow.
Yes. Stop exposing my age. No, honestly, I don't care. No, yeah, like, yeah, I was telling Big, like, I don't know, it was just really random because I was like, I feel like I'm always stuck in like friendships, like, and I noticed that since like back in like high school, because yeah, like gangs were a thing. I was like no gangs, but definitely like I would get along with everyone, like fine, like just because I just like making friends. I like treating everyone equally.
Yeah.
And I didn't like dislike a person just because like, oh, you don't like this other person that I like to talk to. Like, okay, now I don't like you. Like, nah, like that wasn't for me. But the good thing was that those friends would respect my decision of me talking to like their enemies, I guess, if you want to put it like that, people that they didn't like, rivals, whatever. They respected that because they knew I didn't represent one or the other. You know, I was mutual. But it sucked because like I would have wished for one day to like bring them together and like realize that we can get along.
Yeah.
You know, putting like gangs aside, putting like difference aside. But I feel like that still kind of like haunts me a little, like with some like friendships nowadays. But then again, like I said, like I'm not gonna like stop being someone's friend just because like, oh, like you don't want to be the other person's friend or like stuff like that. Now, like I try to be mutual with like my close friends. But yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
That's what I.
And you still represent that.
Yeah.
Even at this age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I want to hear what do you remember of Abraham when you guys like started getting closer?
Oh, he couldn't have said that. Well, first of all, like you went to church. What was your first like opinion like of us?
Oh, that's a good question.
My first time I went to church.
Yeah.
Like
because you went like around New Year's, no?
Yeah, New Year's.
I think that's the first time I remember seeing him.
Yeah. I mean, they stood out. You and your dad were the only ones wearing suits.
So, okay. So you want to...
You remember?
Oh, his dad was there.
Yeah. Do you want to know what I thought about church or about like...
Us.
Yeah. Like me and Julissa or like whoever was there.
Like when you first met the friend group that you have now.
Yeah. Well, Julissa, I didn't really... I think I met Julissa back in college.
In school.
In school, like...
Oh, yeah, you did.
She was... the way she introduced herself like was kind of like rude.
he met Julissa and Eric when it was our first semester in college. So before he went to church, he knew who Julissa and Eric were because we were always together.
So you guys all met at the same time, basically.
We met each other first, and then I introduced him to who I was always with. Was at that time was Julissa and Eric.
The same school year, the same semester, yeah.
But sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to give that context.
No, yeah. But like, yeah, like so like when I went to church, I always had that perspective about Julissa, like, oh, you know, like she's rude. But I'm not gonna say anything because I don't really know her personally, you know. But that was like my perspective towards her. Like,
wait, why? Rude. Why did you have that perspective of her?
Because like one day we were coming out of class and Vicky was with me. Like we were walking out together. We were talking about church, and I remember Julissa just showed up out of nowhere, grabbed Vicky. She kind of looked at me like weird, like kind of like what are you doing? Hey, yeah, who's this guy? Like she didn't say it, but she looked at me like that, and then she said, "We gotta go." Like pulled her and took her fast, so like away from where like our conversation. Damn. So I was like, that's kind of rude, but you know. But
we were spitting game and she interrupted.
She didn't even hear.
Yeah, no. But then like when I saw her at church, like I didn't want to like that was like my impression from her, but I didn't want to continue. Like, so I gave it a chance to like get to know her as like Vicky's cousin. But later on, like I realized that that's just how she. This is who she is. Yeah, like she has changed a lot for sure compared to like how she was before than how she is now, in a good way, in like the best positive way ever. Yeah. And then
that's enough gas.
And then you like I don't really remember like. I don't remember if that New Year's you were up there like playing.
I'm pretty sure it was
the bass, maybe.
I don't remember. Like my timeline's like so messed up.
Yeah, like
But I played something for sure.
yeah, like I mean,
Yeah.
it's
What
just
year
like
was it? Do you remember?
26, the New Year's of 2016.
Yeah,
I think I was still playing bass. I think.
yeah. Like I mean, obviously, you look so different than now. I thought you
A
were just
couple
like
pounds later.
you look just. I don't know. I mean, I didn't really
And
start
with the
like,
beard too.
I didn't really
have
think
that.
much of
think-
you because like I didn't really like.
Like, you
I
don't-
wasn't
you-
there to look at
You,
people. You, know,
you didn't think we would interact, right? Because I thought the
Yeah,
same
no.
thing too. It was like, oh, he's just like a phase for Vicky. Like, no offense.
and, well, like going to like the youth services, like
face?
after church on Sundays, like or the second services on Sundays at the
Yeah.
old building. That's where I got to know like everyone a little better, like a lot of the youths at church.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like even Julissa, Corina, you know, Connie,
Yeah. Beverlyn.
yeah, like
Like
a
all
lot
of
of
them.
yeah, like a lot of people that I thought were really nice people. Like the way they approached me and talked to me, like they were very welcoming.
Yeah,
for sure.
They were. They were.
hmm
I think I wasn't so much very welcoming.
He
Yeah,
literally
you were,
thought
like,
we were a
more like-
phase.
Oh,
He
what?
No,
literally
not
exposed
like-
that.
I mean, I guess yeah, but like I've never been like a people person, so like
Mm.
I'm not gonna approach you like unless you know like Vicky or Julissa would make me like
Yeah.
then I wouldn't go out of my way to like befriend the new people.
Yeah,
You know,
Mm.
until they're like until you guys
Yeah.
brought them into a group circle, then maybe
Oh,
I would
okay.
interact.
Yeah.
yeah, and like even before, like when you and I used to like talk here and there, like hi, like just typical, you know, hi and bye.
Like small talk.
Yeah, like even I feel like even like something has changed in you like now even and it's not like the fact that like we're like closer like we have a friendship now.
Yeah.
It's like something like changed in you like in a good way as well. Like same thing with Julissa, same thing with you.
Mhm.
And obviously I think that's what like I personally like in friendships. Where okay, you see one person and then you like maybe see a change in them for like a good change.
Mhm.
I like that scene in people, and I think I like that scene in you. So that's why I'm like, okay, you know, like Avi's a good person and make a friend, like a close friend.
Yeah.
You know,
To keep them close
to
and
keep them
tight.
close. Yeah.
Snuggly. Have you guys ever snuggled?
Mm.
No. We slept in the same room,
When?
in the same living room.
A couple of weeks ago in the living room.
You slept in the same living room?
Yeah, we went to Wisconsin.
Oh, I totally forgot
That's
that.
funny.
Yeah, that was the most intimate thing we've ever experienced.
With Avi.
And Abraham saying that I make weird noises.
Dude.
Yeah,
It's-
we were
snore.
in different couches, but we were all
They
like,
might have like
sleeping.
sleep apnea or something.
You?
Low key, yeah.
You know what? I talk in my sleep all the time. I think I have
But
a problem.
different. That's like
That's normal for
That's
Vicky.
normal. Sleep apnea is like a medical condition. You know what that
Huh.
is?
No, I do know, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I wouldn't. That's not the first
Not
thing.
because
I thought.
Lala told me, it's like I don't know if you were breathing or not. I was like, what do you mean you don't know if I was breathing or not?
That was funny.
But she was so mad when I got back. She was like, you didn't let me sleep. I was so tired the whole day.
Oh no,
I
Lalita.
wanna point something out. When Randy watches this, your house is hot.
Yeah, bro.
We're
It's-
sweating.
I'm
We're
literally
dying in
sweating.
here. It's like a sauna.
That's so funny. Well,
I'm just kidding.
now
Wait,
that you,
Wait, let's say something funny. See if he watches it.
yeah,
You think he watches? What
Yeah,
should we
he
say?
does. He watches them.
I don't
Randy,
think he's gonna watch this one.
If you watch this and you hear this, text something weird in the group chat,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but really
Comments or
weird.
something.
like something that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, he sometimes
He already
types
does that
things.
already.
Yeah,
He
already,
that's what
yeah.
he does already. So it has to be like
Okay, say something normal.
Yeah.
say something normal.
No, we gotta tell him to say something weird.
Like
To
what?
him when we tell him like, hey, say something weird, he's gonna say something normal. If we tell him to say something normal, he's gonna say something that we're not understanding. His Colombian slang, you know.
Just something that we will know. It was because you listened to this
Yeah.
podcast today.
No, I think
Yeah.
he does this.
Yeah, he does listen to. He
That's
does
so
during work
funny.
too.
Yeah. Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Even though I'm part of these, like I want to like listen to the next episode because you kind of forget what you like talked about.
Yeah.
Do you have that problem? It's like, what did we talk about?
I mean, I was just listening to episode, what was it? Number 3?
Barely?
No, which one was the one where I wasn't in it?
3.
3. Yeah.
3? Yeah, I was just listening to that this week.
Yeah.
3.
And I was like, this is so funny. I was just like enjoying my time.
I like that episode.
That was weeks ago.
Like we went on like tangents like every like 5 seconds, but I feel like that's more like keeps me like more focused.
Yeah.
Than when, no offense, Vicky, but sometimes you be like, me pierdes. And then Julissa sometimes just like, bro, shut up already.
Dang, fine. You should lead today's podcast then.
No, it's kind of like I talked to Julissa like she talks a lot, but because like she's scared of like noises like this, like when no one's talking.
Oh, like the silence.
She like, but it's okay. I mean, it's like a couple seconds. It's not like we're not talking for a whole minute.
Oh, so Julissa does like everything perfect, so
yeah,
it's understandable.
Yeah, that's true. She's a perfectionist.
You guys are funny. Well, I actually like to get this a little bit more juicier and ask you both about your friendship since we started on it.
What do you mean?
Is there something that you didn't like about each other in the beginning?
That's a good one.
I'm gonna say no. I don't think there was nothing that.
Well, I mean, I already kind of said it, like I didn't like that. Yeah. You know, he's trying to pursue you.
Yeah,
but that's a different. That has nothing to do with his.
Yeah,
his character.
Yeah,
that was more like a personal like.
I don't have nothing bad to say.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean,
dang, I thought it was gonna get juicy.
No.
Or maybe, I guess I started being friends with Lala first.
You were definitely friends with Lala first.
Than you.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like, like, I didn't really know you that much, but I knew Lala enough to say, like, oh, you know, like, maybe.
You got to know me through her, no?
Yeah, like, maybe Avi needs to, like, step it up, you know, like, maybe he needs to, like, come out of his shell and like, take you out type of things.
Well,
like, I would tell her, you know, like, those type of things.
I didn't like that Mario didn't do.
What is it?
Because you talked to Lala, so you knew that she was still interested, and you never said anything. I mean, you kind of did, but it was like I saw it as like because Jose would say stuff like that too, or like any friend would be like, "Oh, you should try again, talk to her," but like you knew something deeper than the other people.
Yeah, like
wait, and you lost me.
Sorry.
Go ahead, you go.
I think it was like, was this like after, like, you guys were off?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like I'll say a little bit. Definitely like I guess Lala trusted me to a point where she would tell me like, yeah, like I still have like she still had feelings for you and which is not surprising to me because you guys had like known each other for so long.
You guys had gone through a lot together.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what, like, and like after like she didn't like tell me everything, but like here and there based on like what she told me, like I was like, well, yeah, like, you know, Avi needs to like step it up and like, you know, like if he really likes you, he's gonna come after you, you know. And yeah, like I really wasn't gonna go tell you that one because Lala was trusting me, and two because I didn't really like know you like that. Yeah, we didn't have like that friendship. But like I definitely did advise her as best as I could according to like my experience in the world, or, you know, if you want to put it that way. But I am glad that you guys are definitely like back together. Yeah, and like you changed. Definitely there's a change in you, like I said, like a good change. But like now I'm gonna say this, and if Lala ever hears this, but now Lala kind of like needs to step it up now. You know, but yeah,
Lala's busy. Don't attack her.
I know, but
no, attack her.
No,
throw a little snowball.
Lalita,
like, hey.
We love you, Lala.
Yeah, yeah, but
that's so funny. Wow, that's so interesting. I remember that face.
Which face?
I mean,
I have a question for you.
PH.
For who?
For you guys.
Okay.
So Mario, what made you pursue friendship to Vicky, which led to marriage?
Marriage. Does every friendship lead to marriage? That's the real question.
I think it should. No.
No, because I know a lot of people that like have really good friendships and they're not married. So to this day,
Yeah.
they're still really close friends but not married. So I want to say no, but I think it is weird how I met Vicky. Like same thing with how I said about Julissa, that I met her and I thought she was rude. When I first saw Vicky, I didn't even talk to her at all, and I like the way she walked into the classroom and her like mood, her face kind of like made me seem like she was like stuck up or like there's something wrong with her. Like I was like, what's wrong with this girl?
First of all, it was my first year of college. I was pooping bricks walking into my first class of the entire like experience.
Damn.
And so I was nervous and walking into a new environment right out of high school, first year of college, and then I get judged for looking stuck up when I was like pooping bricks.
Well, this is what's weird, like, and I didn't think about this till like now in like the present time. Like, she was the only person that, it's weird, but she was the only person that I actually paid attention to, even though like I had like a bad thought in my head about her. But she's the only person that I actually looked and like said like, what's wrong with her? Like something's wrong with her, you know? It's weird, but you know, like out of all the people in class, like she's the only one that caught my attention. Okay. Yeah. But after that, I think what I wasn't trying to like get at her or anything like that. I just wanted to get to know her a little more because like we had something in common in a class of
I think communications.
Like through our speeches that they would make us do or give, like we had something in common, which was we were both Christian, and we talked a little bit about. Well, you talked a little bit about church. I don't think I ever talked about church. No, you never
did. I didn't know you were Christian until you asked me about church, and then you started telling me that you went to a church, and I was like, oh,
yeah. And I think that's like the only thing that like, or the main thing that like made me wanna come close to her and you know just talk to her. Yeah. Then it's weird because like after that, like we saw each other at the gym.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I didn't know it was her. Like I was like,
there goes another insult. He thought I was ugly.
Well, let's be honest. Like you look very different when you go to school than when you go to the gym. Yeah. The gym, you look destroyed. You look sweaty. You know, like
I look like a tomato.
Bad. Even myself, but yeah, like I think it was just like knowing, like her opening up to me a little bit about like church and like her thoughts about like God, and like it wasn't too deep of like conversations, but that's what like kind of made me like try to like come a little closer to her and get to know her more. Okay. I never in my life would have imagined that I was gonna start liking her. Like never crossed my mind.
Same.
But I'm glad it did because like not only did I met her as like my friend or like made a friend with her, like she's my best friend, but she's also like became my girlfriend and then my wife. So it's like a really good experience that we had, like a good transition from like knowing each other a little bit to knowing each other like to the full extent.
Our connection definitely went straight into friendship for a couple of years.
How long were you guys friends for?
I want to say a good 2 years before everything started getting serious with like, let's start dating. You know, marriage was something that we eventually started thinking about. I want to say a good 2 years. The first year, we were just literally strictly friends. That second year, feelings started to kind of come through.
What would you guys say, like the first step of like leaving the friendship
and entering and like a more of like
I like you more than a friend.
What happened?
Well, I was very honest. Like I was very straightforward with her. Like I would make comments of like compliment her and like kind of like
when did you realize you liked her?
Yeah, when did you? No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Shoot, I think
like it was like her like she said like you said 2 years later.
It was 2 years when then we started taking things seriously, and then it still was another year before we were actually like holding hands, dating, kissing. So it was a good 3 years before all of that happened.
I think I started like liking her a little bit. Like,
do you guys remember years? Sorry, just so my timeline's not.
Yeah.
Like, what year did you guys meet?
2015.
Okay, so then till like 2017 is when you guys were like, not because you guys weren't dating, right?
No,
like officially.
We started dating in 20.
We weren't allowed.
Yeah.
They made me wait.
Damn.
That's a whole nother story for another podcast.
Yeah.
I think just in context, one of the things that worried my parents was the age difference. Because I was just out of high school and Mario was like 23 at the time. So it was just different for my family to know that somebody that was a little bit older than me was around me. But met 2015. We didn't start dating till 2019.
I don't know.
When you say
2019,
dating, like, when he asked you?
When he asked me out and to be his girlfriend.
But before that, you, like, because
we
I saw you guys as a couple.
That's what everyone says, but we
I mean, you guys liked each other.
We liked each other.
Yeah.
And it was, and everyone knew,
obvious.
even like your parents knew, but we couldn't officially
say we're dating.
Yeah.
My parents wouldn't allow it.
Which,
Which is kind of weird, but.
Well, yeah, because my parents were being really strict at the time.
Her dad is like old school, which I respect that.
School.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be the type of that, but maybe not necessarily like that far of an age, but I don't know. I'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
I say this now, but I don't know what happens.
I think I'm going to be just as strict.
Yeah.
But okay, for the audience, because the audience probably like, wait, what? What's going on? Like all of these things. Me and Mario met in 2015. We didn't start dating till 2019. Then we got engaged we got married in 2021. So this timeline is off, actually.
Like I said, I don't know.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2020. And I wasn't engaged
from
yet.
From high school.
2015.
Okay, so then you did meet in 2015. No?
Yeah, we met in 2015. We got married, we got engaged in 2020 and got married in 2021. So we dated for 2 years. So we started dating in 2018. That's when it became official. So from 2015 to 2018, we were just friends. Like, we weren't looking for anything other than just being friends. And he was a really good friend, actually. It was the first time when I actually experienced a different level of friendship, because Mario was the type of person that he was just so, like, I don't know how to explain that level of friendship. It's just, he was very attentive to my needs as a friend, to support me. And I would get confused sometimes because prior to meeting Mario, every time a guy tried to be nice to me, they always had an intention to be with me. And so I was used to, well, if a guy's nice to me, then it's because they like me, not because they want to be my friend. So it was a new experience to learn from Mario. Like, no, we're just friends. So Mario would be the type of person that would get me like gifts on Christmas. Like, I just want to appreciate you as a friend. And he would literally write that down in like the Christmas cards. Like, I appreciate you as a friend. Like, your friendship to me is important, and all these things. And I was just like, what? Yeah. On Valentine's Day, he would give me chocolate covered strawberries. And my parents would be like, how are you friends? And he's giving you this. I'm like, I swear we're just friends. Like, this is just my friend. And my parents would be like, no, like, this guy likes you. I'm like, no, I promise you he doesn't. Like, we're literally just friends. We're just friends. And so I started to learn that his way of friendship looked different from what I knew as being friends. But I feel like my perspective of friendship changed a lot because of him, because he was a very caring friend. And then I started to see that when he came into my life, and I realized when he came into my life as like a boyfriend at that time, I started to notice like, yeah, he was genuinely being a friend to me. Because the same way that he treated me, he would treat my cousins. The same way that he treated me, he would treat his friends that were girls. The way that he would hang out with me, he would hang out with Alala. And I started seeing all those similarities, and I was just like, he was really actually a genuine friend. And his intention was never porque estaba interesado, like he was interested in getting at this person. It was just because he was a friend. He was a guy friend.
Yeah. I think I'm going to cry a little bit.
And so that changed a lot for me, because I was just like, wow, like he was genuine. Like why did I question him? Why did I doubt in his friendship? But because that was my own personal thing because of my experiences. So being able to see that from him, it made me like be very hopeful that there are like good friends out there, if they're girls or if they're guys, but there's genuine friends out there for a supportive and like loving friendship. And that's kind of how our friendship was to you guys. I can understand why it kind of seemed like it looked like you guys were dating. No, we weren't. He was just a really good friend.
All right, stop hyping me up.
I'm just saying.
No, that's good.
All right, we get it. He's a good friend.
Yeah.
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 So thank you.
Yeah, if you guys want to be my friend, follow me.
I'll put on this podcast. Thank you for treating my cousins and my friends like Karina and Lala and all those people just the way that you treated me. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Very
They
nice.
should appreciate that too.
Oh my God. Forget this.
It's funny.
But did that answer your question?
Yeah, kind of.
What was
I
the original question?
What
I
was-
forgot.
Uh-huh.
But pretty much, I just wanted to know how you guys had met because, like, I never
Yeah.
heard it from you two. Like, I already heard
yeah.
it from someone else, so I just wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Hey, that's a good way of saying
Yeah.
it. Well, yeah, that's kind of how we met in communications class.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
what do I
Yeah.
get to ask a question too?
Yeah, you can
Go
ask.
ahead.
You have a question.
Yeah, I want to ask this question to AB. What do you think of this? Would you say like that this new? What would you say about the addition like to your friends list? Like what can you say about them? So for example, what can you say about me? What can you say about Randy? Yeah.
Like Chris.
Crystal,
Well,
yeah, Crystal
I think
too.
I kind of touched on it a little bit. That just proves that you don't listen to the podcast.
No.
That's it.
I'll be honest. I do listen to them, but I never listen to them completely. Honestly,
Yeah. No, so to answer your question, like,
I probably don't even. Sorry,
Yeah.
I probably won't even listen to this one completely
probably,
either.
but you're here live, so you have to. So, like I don't let people into my life easily. So, like, obviously, I had problems with Randy, which I mean had nothing to do with Randy himself. Even though I did think what he did was like out of pocket, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
How would you say that? But once I knew like what his intentions were, like you kind of had to respect it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had his intentions and he never folded.
He knew what he wanted.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted, and like you can't hate on that. Like he liked something and he pursued it, and I mean look at him now.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
to
Colombian,
Randy,
yeah.
like for Randy, I can say like I did talk to like about this. Like one day he reached out to me like as a man. He's like, I know you don't like me, but like just know that whenever we're as a friends group, like I don't have anything against you, and like you know you're always welcome to my house or to whatever we do. So like obviously like I gained a lot of respect for him when he said that. Like I mean. For Randy, like I'm still opening up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like mess around with, like I'll mess around with you, but I know I'll get there eventually just because of how he is.
Yeah.
So like, Randy, if you listen, like one day we're gonna have that kind of friendship too. For you, obviously, it took, I guess, many years now that I'm hearing your story to open up to you.
Yeah.
But that's just how I am as a person. Like it's nothing to do with you. Like obviously, you're a great guy. You're funny.
He's cute.
I'm not gonna say that. And then like Chris, like the same thing. Like I feel like once I feel comfortable, like making fun of you guys is like that's who you know. You're my
comfortable.
friend.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like you guys adding you to like my my friends group, my inner circle. So you're lucky, Mario.
Dang, I feel honored.
No, not everyone passes.
Dang, I passed AB's test, friendship test.
No, but like I think since
I accomplished something in life.
Since starting this podcast and like hearing Vicky's and Julissa's opinion, like it makes me like want to be more open to new friends. And I think I started that like when we went to Wisconsin, like being more open like with Roy and your brother, and even what was his name, Ivan,
yeah.
Like because usually
Ivan's funny.
Like Omi would like go on the trip, but like I would have stayed with Lala the whole time, and like or people that like with Julissa or
Yeah.
people that I feel comfortable with.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, I felt a little bit open. Like obviously I didn't try, like the boat ride thing, whatever. That's just not, that's just not who I am.
That was too much for you.
Yeah, it is too much.
That's so
No,
funny.
and I think like stuff like that or activities where you hang out with your friends, but at the same time with like people that are new to you, like new people. I feel like that's like a great opportunity for you to work on like not being shy or like, breaking the ice, just really being who you want to be, like, like how you want people to know you. Like I personally don't like, I want people to know me as like, like funny or like being like helpful or like being like, down, even though I'm not always down for everything that Randy wants to do, but Randy's wild, but I feel like those are good opportunities to like help you get out of your shell. And I definitely like did see like I said, like I definitely did see you coming out.
Yeah. Do because I don't think I'm a shy like person. Like
now I
don't see you as shy.
Yeah, now that I know
you used to think I was like shy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I never thought of myself shy. Like if you talk to me first, like I'll have a nice conversation with you. But like I'm not gonna go out of my way to start the conversation, And like I've always been like that. And like people were like, "Oh, you're the quiet kid," but like, "Oh, like you think I'm the quiet kid because you don't really know me." But like once you get to know me, it's like
maybe because I'm just different. Like when it comes to like meeting a new person, I'm pretty like I throw myself out there.
I'm not like that.
But so maybe that's why like I kind of like expect something different. But I guess we all have our own ways of approaching new people.
Yeah,
that's true.
How do you guys normally cope when things get rough within the friend group? Like, how do you cope with it? Like, what do you guys do? What do you think? Like, when things start getting heated within friend groups, specifically our friend group.
Yeah. I think it's been a while since that happened.
Yeah.
But I think like how I lighten the mood is just like make a joke or something. Would you guys say that's true?
Yeah,
or like I stay out of it. Like I either like make a joke to like lighten the mood, or like I'll just stay out of it completely. It's none of my business.
It's either one or the other. I feel like I kind of just try to stay away.
Yeah.
Like I stay away. I'm like, I'm not even gonna text a group chat.
Yeah, no, I add more.
I think you add more like
wood to the fire.
Yeah, I like definitely do.
See it burn, watch it burn. No, I do. I'm not gonna lie. I like instigating, yeah. But when I do instigate, I feel like at the end of the day, like it comes out, it turns out into something funny. And I think that's what my plan is. Like I'm gonna instigate, but I'm gonna make something funny out of it so that we can get out of like whatever, whatever bad route we were heading to as friends. Like, but that's just how I am. I don't think it has ever backfired, but
I don't think it has. Oh, not that I know of. Yeah. Not that we know of.
Maybe they say, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Wait, so Mario is
I have a question too, but go ahead.
Okay, Mario is the type of person that is very brutally honest.
Yeah.
Very straightforward, direct. You just can't get away with that.
Yeah, you want to know the truth? Come and ask me.
Yes. So has Mario ever said anything that kind of threw you off? That you were just like, what the heck? Like, why?
Probably, but I can't. He was probably right, so I can't remember like a specific situation.
He's probably right.
Like, yeah.
Do you remember telling me something like? I think like just like talk to Lala. Maybe no.
But you took that to the heart, like badly?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
yeah, I don't think there's
maybe
not
like,
yet anyway.
Maybe what I was prohibited of speaking to about before entering the live. I think I want to talk about something specifically that happened today, but it was prohibited.
The audience is not ready for that.
Yeah, you guys are not ready for the truth.
You guys are gonna have to stick with us for a while So you get to know Mario, and then maybe when Mario starts talking about the brutally honest truth, you won't take it to heart.
Yeah.
We're gonna unleash him.
Yeah.
We still love you, baby.
Thanks.
Wait, you had a question.
Yes. So you're talking about like when we were fighting the group chat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 'cause I asked you this before. What does it feel like sometime or most of the times when something goes down, like you and Vicky are caught like in the middle?
We're normally always caught in the middle.
Like, how does that make you feel?
I hate it.
We definitely don't like it.
Why you hate it? Because you have to like pick a side, or
No, we
We've
we
talked
do our
about this
best.
so
even though
much.
you guys don't pick
We
a
do
side.
our best to not pick a side,
Yeah.
even though we might disagree with one person and we know that person's wrong. We try not to pick a side, and we'll be honest. Like, we'll have conversations and be like, you know what, this is wrong. We'll vent about it to someone or to each other.
But that doesn't mean we pick a side.
Yeah.
Like I think we've talked about this so much, how when things have been very heated in like our friend group specifically, we talk to each other and we vent to each other about how much we hate it, that we're stuck in the middle. And we just wish, like, I think we were just talking about this a few weeks ago about what is it that it's easy maybe for you and I to just say, like, you know what, that we're just not going to get mad at that. Like, that's just not something we're going to get upset about. But what is it about other people getting mad at things? And I think we came to the conclusion of sometimes their characters kind of clash. And me and Mario, we can be, when it comes to specific important things, we can be very like firm and strong in terms of our character. But I think we're very like marshmallow. Like, we're just like, no, we know, we're very hopeful. We're very gullible. We're just kind of like, no, it's fine.
Hopeful.
You made a mistake. Let's just try it again.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we're constantly being stuck in the middle, because we can look at somebody make a mistake and we're just like, it's fine. You know, let's just continue forward. Where a lot of the times in the friend group, it's like, no, it's not fine. Like, you're wrong and this and that. And me and Mario are like, we didn't have to get to that. We didn't have to get there.
Yeah.
And I think that's constantly what happens with us.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had something else to say.
I would hate being in that situation because I'm a like, I choose sides. Like, I'm a picker of sides.
You're funny.
So, yeah.
And that we respect you for that, because we can't
Whose
do
side are you
that.
picking?
There's never been anything
Damn.
between us. Yeah.
That one would be hard because,
Really?
like,
Just kidding.
If
I'd
we-
pick Vicky's side. Sorry, Mike.
It's okay.
Because I know her
you were
for
gonna.
longer.
I knew you were gonna pick her side.
But it depends on what. Like,
I was prepared
if she
in my
like,
heart.
if she's like, you can't play no video games, like, then it'll be on your side.
Yeah.
But if anything else, you just know I'm on Vicky's side.
I know. Remember,
That's so
remember one time you asked me like, or you said you made a comment like, if I'm supposed to be on your side and not on Lala's side. We were talking about something, and you were like, you're supposed to be on my side, bro, not on Lala's side. I'm like,
The bromance.
I don't remember. It sounds familiar, but I don't remember like what we were talking
yeah, I
about.
don't remember like the exact conversation, but
This
I
happened
remember
recently, no?
it was
Was it
it
recently?
was maybe like a couple months ago, for like maybe a couple. Yeah, it was like 5 months ago, maybe.
Me and I were probably arguing about
I
something.
feel
no?
like it was when you barely started talking to Lala again, trying to
One
work
month
things.
is-
It was
was a month of
maybe it
mine.
was around that time.
Let's make
Yeah.
this interesting. You
Go ahead.
guys ready?
hmm
We're gonna see whose sides you guys would be picking. If in our friend group specifically, there's a lot of couples. We're all kind of vault together, like me and Mario, Lala and Abraham, Josue and Karina, and Julissa and Randy, and Crystal. We're still waiting for her man.
Or Prince
Did
Charming.
I miss anyone? We're all pretty much like a friend group filled with couples. So let's get this interesting. If Randy and Julissa, there was a huge argument between them, whose side would you guys pick?
For me, it depends on what they're arguing about.
Yeah, definitely. I would have to know.
Okay, let's say
What
finances.
the reason is?
Ooh.
Finances.
I would be in Julissa's side for finances. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I was gonna say Randy because he's like older, but then I thought like Randy's always down to do anything at all times. Y no le importa like money. He's not like a thing for him. So yeah, definitely Julissa.
You got
that's so funny.
Julissa micromanaging her wedding, and then you got Randy over here freaking
she's a penny pincher,
spending, blowing money.
Okay. When it comes to finances, who would you? Actually, it would be you and me. Who would you pick between Lala and Abraham?
When it comes to finances between you two,
Lala and Abraham. That's actually a really good question.
There's one right answer.
Lala and Abraham, I think.
There's one right answer.
Honestly, I don't know on that one.
It's gonna be a lot of don't really talk about. Like we don't talk about money with you guys.
Yeah, you don't. That's why it's actually pretty hard to answer that. I'm thinking about it.
You guys want the answer?
Yeah.
Trust Lala.
You know, I was gonna say Lala.
I'm like Randy, but like I spend stuff for me.
Yeah.
Like Randy spends stuff like for experiences and stuff. Like I just waste a lot of money.
Yeah.
I was going to say Lala just
and
because
Lala's,
of like it seems
she's
like
more responsible.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, now I know. I learned something new.
You gave you the answer.
I knew something. Yeah, I learned something new today about you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely was the responsible.
But now I'm gonna start seeing you more like a Randy type of financial guy. Like,
You did that to yourself.
Yeah, he needs some advice.
Wait. What about you for me and Mario? Who would you pick if it came down to finances?
I joke around in the Mario's a friends group financial advisor. Well, I'm gonna say Mario because
I would pick Mario too.
Because of the stories he's told us about you and your watermelon.
You know what I'm learning?
Can I share real quick?
Share the story of the watermelon.
No, we haven't shared that.
Okay, it's fast.
I made a terrible financial decision in our marriage.
Yeah, one day I was home. We were supposedly trying to save money, and Vicky shows up with a watermelon. Cool watermelon, and she's like, "Babe, can you believe I paid $20 for this watermelon?" And I looked at him like, $20? Like, who the heck pays $20 for a watermelon? Like it's not even like it's $20 is not a lot of money, but when it comes to like a watermelon, like paying that much money, I'm like, it's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
And it gets even worse because like that watermelon like didn't even last 3 days.
Yes, and it rotted really.
Oh, you guys didn't even need it?
We cut it up and we ate a couple of it, but maybe like 2 days later, what was left would rot. Yeah.
Yeah, it went bad. So then there goes pretty much $20.
Damn.
Which, like I said, it doesn't seem like it's a lot of money, but it adds up.
Yeah. I think that's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like I don't spend a lot, but it's a lot of little things.
That add up.
Like at the end, it's like, oh, it's freaking $100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I spend money too, but like I am not gonna go I'm not gonna go spend more than $25 on a shirt unless like I really, really like it. Like.
And this is why you have you are the financial person in our relationship. Like you are the one that holds the money and moves the money for that reason.
Yeah.
Because I know that you're very picky about things about that, and I'm not.
No, but even like Vicky's good at like
saving
buying.
Yeah,
when it comes
to saving,
buyer. Yeah, she'll like.
Let me ask you this because this is like a topic me and Lala have discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? I'm getting personal. If you guys don't want to answer, don't answer. Like obviously, you guys both work, and you guys have bills to pay, your house, mortgage, bills. But do you guys have your own like bank accounts? Like, oh, this is my money and this is your money.
I feel like I don't want to answer that.
I was like, why? You're funny. No, we have the same account. We have our same.
So you guys share everything?
Everything is shared. I think the only thing that probably hasn't gotten together is our credit cards. Like he has his credit cards. Yeah. I have my credit cards. But yeah, everything else is together.
That's interesting because me and Lala have. I think we should have our own.
Yeah. Oh, tell us why.
I don't know. Just
wait, you guys
like I
do
work
have
for
it
my
together or don't?
No, they want to have it separate.
Like so obviously like we'll have a house fund.
Yeah.
Like where we're gonna pay this is for the mortgage, this is for the bills. But like that's your money. You do whatever you want with it. And I think that stems from her knowing how I spend money. So she doesn't like, hey, no, you're not gonna use my money to like fund your fund or whatever.
Right.
So I mean, Like I personally don't care.
Right. Oops, sorry.
But I know that I'm gonna be the one who's spending money on dumb things. So like I'd rather just like, you know, this is my money. Like here's what more than what you need to cover our expenses.
Yeah.
But like here's mine. Like don't touch it. But like not that she can't touch it, but like you have your own, basically.
Yeah.
Now here's the question, okay? Based on what you said right now, what if you guys got married? What if you guys got married? Lala does not have a job because maybe she's got to go to finish up school or whatever. Like, how are you gonna let her approach your money then? If you're gonna have to
that's different.
Well, it could happen.
Like, yeah,
you know,
no, but like obviously if she needs to go to school, obviously that's important. So like then like okay, my money's your money.
Yeah. So like my question was based on like what you said right now about having separate accounts. So if Lala was to not be able to work because of school or because any other like or whatever situation where you had to provide 100%, like then you would allow her to touch your money. That's the only way.
No, that's not the only way. Like obviously if she needs money, obviously my money's like I have the view like it's our money.
Yeah.
I think it's more of her like like you spend what you win on what you want, you know? But like I don't care. Like money's money. Like money doesn't move me. Like money's just an object for me. So like like if it was for me, like I would give her everything. Okay. Like which is fine with me because like she saves better. She's more financially responsible than I am. So like if it's up to me, like here's my check. Do what you need to do with it.
So if later on she changes her mind and she's like, you know what, let's get our bank accounts together. You're fine.
No, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And she knows that like I don't care. Like,
I'm helping you.
She's the one who wants separate accounts for the record.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
I want to give her some financial advice.
I think there's a lot of like maybe like a negative perspective on like having. I mean, mostly from. Let me rewind and restate that. I think if you're coming from a family that teaches to have your bank accounts together and everything together, or if you're coming from like a religion that practices that, I think it influences a lot of how you see if you're going to separate your accounts or if you're going to keep them together. I think for us, we are very strong on like they must be together for us because it's just better for us to be sharing everything if we're going to be in this marriage. But I will tell you that having separate bank accounts can work. And I'll say this from like a therapeutic aspect. If you're watching this and you're like getting married or you're like you're married at the moment and you're thinking about, should we have separate bank accounts? Should we not? I think one of the things to consider is first, why do you want separate bank accounts? Do you feel that is something that you and your partner both agree on? And second, if you decide to move forward with separating the bank accounts and not having like finances together once you're married, then in that case, you need to write up a contract because you just never know where your marriage is going to go. And this is something that I share with my couple clients. Write up a contract, state why you're doing it, who's responsible for what, who is responsible for this, what money can't be touched or what money can be touched. Because if you're not talking about these things, there will be a reason why to argue in the future if something is done and your expectation about it was different. So you really need to write up those expectations and what you expect about your partner about keeping separate bank accounts and things like that. Now, one of the things that we will share, me and Mario do not keep our credit together. We keep that separate. We didn't join our credit for one reason specific. Because if down the line, God forbid, anything happens, if one of our credits was to go like gone, it's like disappeared or like bankrupt or whatever, we can depend on the other one's credit. Because if we join our credits together and then something were to go wrong, then we have no credit to depend on. Yeah. So that is one thing that we didn't do for that reason. But other than that, like our bank account and our finances are together. I don't know if that was helpful.
Yeah.
Or if you guys have like anything to add on to that.
No. Oh,
Yeah. I
You
mean, yeah. I think I find it really dumb that
It's dumb.
people or marriages like don't work out because of
Finances.
finances. Yeah. It's sad
Yeah.
because that's something that has an easy fix when it comes to communicating with each other. But at the same time, I also understand if like you're trying to like manage and save up, but then your partner is like not helping and like spending and
Right.
it's got I guess spending problems,
Yeah,
right?
like it's shopping
like
addiction,
shopping addiction, addiction and stuff like that. Like
a gambling sometimes.
yeah, like that's understandable. But if there's no really good reason behind it, like then I don't see why marriages like shouldn't work out.
Mm.
You know, at least in that area,
Well,
the financial area.
Why?
makes sense.
I mean, now that we're talking about finances, why do you feel that when problems in finances show up in couples, why do you feel that it leads them to separating or ending the relationship? Like what is it that makes them decide like, well, this isn't going to work out, so we're done? In your perspective.
Yeah, I think what you mentioned, addictions, it's a strong part of like people spending their money unwisely when they know they have responsibilities. Like, you know, like you'd rather go spend your money at a casino versus like, you know, try to like pay off your credit card debts, like stuff like that. It's like yeah, like you should focus on paying off the things that you owe instead of wasting your money in things that you don't really need or are gonna lead you to something good.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know much about gambling, but unless you're like a good gambler, you're gonna freaking go spend $300 and bring back like
30
double,
grand.
triple, whatever. Cool. I'm not into gambling, but then that's a whole different story.
Yeah, there's different levels.
Yeah. You know,
Okay.
but
So
yeah.
addictions is why do you feel like that leads people to
Yeah,
that?
but if you're going gambling and like losing money consistently, like dude, learn from it. Get out of it. Didn't work for you. It's not for you, you know? Run.
That's good. Why do you feel like it kind of leads people to just separate it instead of like trying to work it out?
Like just financial.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think that just like adds on to like maybe other problems that they have.
Yeah. It probably
And then-
stems from other things.
Yeah. Because like, I mean, I see how you guys could fight over like finances. Not
Yeah.
you guys specifically, sorry.
Yeah.
But like, I see how it could cause like a division. But like, I guess I just say that because for me personally, like I don't care. Like, I mean, I guess I should care. Yeah, I just don't know, to be honest. I don't know like how, because like I've never lived through it. I guess I never seen it either. And, like coming from it was just my mom, so like she didn't have anyone to fight with over money, you know. So
yeah,
I guess I never experienced it, but I can see why people fight over it.
I definitely think that from what I've witnessed, I think there's a level of where trust was ruptured in a relationship. So therefore, finances is just a superficial like problem. But underneath that, the underlying issue is that you don't trust your partner.
Yeah.
So I think that's why, like, if you're not trusting your partner, it leads people to just be like, I don't trust you. We're done. Because everyone's going to have financial problems. Everyone might have like those questions or doubts like, oh my gosh, like what do we do in this situation? And it might cause some conflict in like your friendships and relationships. But I think it's not the financial aspect. I think it's the underlying issue of it's hard for you to trust. And it's hard to gain that trust back.
I don't know if I read this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but don't most like divorces happen because of financial differences?
Financial and communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I almost want to say like the financial piece is because also there was no communication in that area.
Yeah, because like Mario said, I think financial. I mean, I guess hardship would be different than like you have money, but like you're misusing it.
Yeah.
But that, like Mario said, just communicating could fix like most financial situations.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised how much money you can save if you make a good financial structure, a budget. Like you'll be surprised like how much money you can save, and if you're like disciplined and determined to like either saving for down payment of a house, a car, like whatever you want. Like even like I always see this like personally, like I hate being in debt. I hate going to the store and paying for a $500 television with my credit card. Like I hate it, and I've done it before. I'm not saying I haven't, but I hate it. I'd rather save up $500. Yeah, I actually did. I'd rather save up those $500 and pay it off cash. You know, unless the credit card is like giving you like 0% interest, like cool.
Yeah.
But that it's also giving you like it's also leading you to like spending more than you should, even with the 0% interest. I guess that's the catch for those type of credit cards.
Yeah. That's what they want you to. Like, I mean, credit cards can be used like for good, but like for me, like no one taught me how to use them. So like, I had to figure it out on my own, and like obviously, like I made mistakes, but like now that I'm still learning, obviously, but like for me, like no one taught me, so like it's just hard.
Yeah.
Like you just like before you do anything, like, and that's why maybe friendships are good. Like you guys. Maybe I could have gone to you guys about that, or maybe Mario. But like, I feel like you should do your research before you do anything. Because like Mario said, I think it's better to, if you have the cash for it, do it. Like, because you don't want to down the line like pay for a $500 TV more than you have to, just because like, oh, I'll just use my credit card. And like at the end you pay up freaking what, $700 maybe?
Yeah.
800.
Yeah.
Where,
like I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
I think I was like, before I even met Vicky, like I was at like $5,000 in debt with credit cards. It might not sound like a lot, but at my age back then, it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. So that's like when I started hating being in debt. Like so, you'll learn from it. Like if you really want to like learn from it, you'll like realize like, what am I doing? You know?
Yeah.
I need to get out of this.
Well, maybe I haven't said on this podcast, but you should know, Abraham, we're very big fans of Dave Ramsey. And
I don't know who that is. Can you?
You need to listen to him.
He's like a financial advisor.
He's like a financial advisor. Like,
because I listened to some other guy who does like kind of the same thing. Like he's like a podcast kind of setting.
Well, Dave Ramsey, you can find him on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know if you were with me when we were listening to this, but I was watching a video and he was talking, someone had called him, and so people call in and they're like, he's speaking through a microphone and talking to the people on speaker while he's being recorded. And it was a multimillionaire. And he was talking about how he was going to ask his, at the moment, girlfriend to marry him, but he wasn't sure if he should have a, what's that?
Prenup.
A prenup, or if he should just share everything. And so Dave Ramsey was like asking him questions. And I was like, you know what? That's actually really smart. And Dave Ramsey didn't make the decision for him, but he did say like, these are your options. And one of the options that he gave him was this would be a good reason why you should have a prenup. And I had never heard this perspective before, but he said, if your wife has family members who are in financial need, that once they find out that she married a millionaire, a multimillionaire, they're going to start coming to your door and knocking and asking for that money, and they're not going to pay it back because family never pays back money. That's what he said. So he said, if your girlfriend has family that you know that you can't trust and they're going to knock at your door and start asking for money every time that they're in need, then make that prenup. But if you fully believe that nobody in your spouse's family is going to do that, then don't do it. Because he was like, I technically don't believe in prenups, but he's like, this is the only reason why I would ever give this advice. And I was like, that is so interesting. I had never thought about that.
Yeah, I don't think I heard that one.
Yeah, because
but it's
if your family like knows that you're marrying someone with a lot of money, of course they're going to start coming and being like, hey, you know, ask him if he can let me borrow this. Ask her if she can let me borrow this. And it's like you're in a tight situation between your family and your spouse, and you don't want that to be then a conflict. So an easy way to get out of that is just say, I can't touch his money. Like I'm in a prenup.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I guess like since this is like a friend's podcast.
Yeah.
Like in your life of finances, like you'll really know who your real friends are.
Yeah.
Because
explain.
Poor or
"Please help me."
rich, your real friends will be there.
Yeah.
Poor,
that's true.
your friends won't be. Your fake friends won't be there.
Right.
You know, or poor, your real friends will be there.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Yeah.
So
it's a sad reality.
mm-hmm.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
I'd like just to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
Like, and I think I've heard this before somewhere else. Like, the only person who should know your financial situation is your spouse. Do you guys agree or disagree with that?
Can you give us an example of why that should be it?
Like for the same, like, let me give you like my example. Like, I'm not married yet, but like, so I don't really share my financial situation unless it's bad.
Yeah.
Like I'll share with my parents or my sister, but like other than like how much I make or how much I don't make, like I don't ever share that with anyone.
Yeah.
Or like what my credit score is or how much I owe on my car, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally don't share that with anyone unless they ask me. And
how much do you make?
And they're trying to ask me for like a good reason, for a good cause, you know.
For
like,
scientific purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I don't it's like tough. But I will go if I'm vulnerable and I need help and I need advice, or if I wanna become better and like or do things better, I would definitely like go ask, but I will ask the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The person I would trust to give me the best advice, even if it's not what I want to hear.
Right.
You know, I want to know the truth, not like sugarcoat.
Yeah.
I feel like, and that's the reason I don't share with my mom or my sister.
One of the things that we usually do is when it comes to what we make, how much we're saving, how much we're paying, all those things we don't share with anyone.
Yeah.
One, because it's uncomfortable for me. Two, it's because I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, like, yes, we're living off that dual income, but like that's not something that we want to be sharing to people.
It's like a sensitive topic.
Exactly.
Because like, I mean, like I think our friend group is like obviously we know you guys make good money, which is
thanks.
Good for you guys. Like,
how do you know?
Yeah, how do you know?
Because it's dual income, bro. And I'm assuming.
It's the TikToks.
And I'm assuming, but like, I'm pretty sure there's friend groups out there where one person like, oh damn, they make this much, like.
Right, and you don't ever want to put someone there.
It makes people feel uncomfortable, like,
because
just money is just like a sensitive topic that not everyone likes to talk about. So it's just like let's just not talk about it.
Right, and one of the things that it's just so uncomfortable, and one thing that I will say in this podcast is that when it comes to making a financial decision, sometimes that we do need that additional like we need someone who's gone through this,
who's experienced it.
Yeah, we go to my mom. Although my mom is like, her and my dad are like something else, but my mom will, like, I'm comfortable with sharing, Mom, this is how the amount, we don't know what to do. Like, what do we do? And she is very straightforward in saying, this is not your best option. This is your best option. Because I know that my mom will never come back to us and like make things weird.
Yeah.
My mom, the advice that she gives us is very genuine and like, don't do that because it's not in your best interest. Yeah. And Mario sometimes is like, you share too much. I'm like, no, babe, sometimes we need to hear that.
No, look, I agree with Vicky, my wife. Obviously, her mom's a good person to give us financial advice, even though she has made
some mistakes
she hasn't taken her own advice.
But I mean, that's why she's giving it, because she lived through experiences.
She learned through experience.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's why we accept it, and we like, okay, we're gonna listen. We're gonna,
and like you don't even have to accept it, but like it's like she opens a door for like maybe the route through the right place.
Yeah,
I mean, she didn't give you the answer you wanted, but like she's guiding you to somewhere where I can lead you to
right. That'll help us.
Yeah.
There was one thing that I wanted to mention about what you were saying, though. Y se me fue el avión.
What was I saying? Like about money?
We were talking about money.
I don't know. Who's one person you wouldn't take financial advice from?
Oh, I remember. Go ahead. Talk about that while I remember.
Like in our friends group.
In our friends group. Okay, I was going to say.
Myself. I think we're all...
Oh, I remember what I wanted to say.
I don't think I have no one specifically.
Someone that we wouldn't take advice from?
Yeah. No, man, we're all learning.
Yeah, we're definitely all learning. I think I wouldn't take advice from anyone under 18.
I wouldn't take financial advice from Chris.
What?
Look at her, she's so mad.
You'd be surprised.
She's gonna text
look at our savings.
Why are you talking about me? You said something wrong. You misspelled something.
Yeah, for real. She's gonna send you a screenshot of her bank account.
Oh, damn. Imagine it's like 150K.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Crystal's a saver.
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, then never mind. Sorry, Chris. I don't know you were a saver.
I mean, she better
so
have
funny.
more than freaking 20K in her bank account.
Crystal, you better have 20K in your bank account right now.
That's what she's saving it for her wedding.
Oh yeah.
She got it ready.
Nah, she's not gonna pay for her wedding.
That's true. You can't pay for your own wedding, Chris. That's illegal.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Vicky?
About what?
Sorry, babe.
You had a question, no?
No.
She was thinking about it while we were.
No, but then she
answering.
said something. Or am I tripping?
You're tripping.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say about this friend group specifically. I think me and Mario trust you guys to make comments about like certain financial decisions sometimes, because we know that it won't rub off the wrong way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like we know that if you guys have like a comment about a financial decision, it'll come from a good place. And I remember now, me and Mario were kind of like iffy about. Me and Mario we just bought a house, which is not something
Congratulations.
which is not something that everybody in our.
Hold on. Sorry.
Thank you. And the reason why I'm saying this is because nobody knew about that, but my parents and our friends, that we were even looking. And for you guys to know about that, it's because we trust that we know that if we ever receive any feedback, it'll be very helpful. And a little incident, not an incident, but something happened like a while ago where Mario was just like, should I send it? Should I not? We were trying to share. We needed feedback about something about the house, but we didn't have pictures of the house other than what was showing up on Zillow. And we didn't feel comfortable sharing like what the house purchase was. And it was a friend. And we were kind of like, let's not share because we didn't feel comfortable. But if it's you guys, we're like, look at the house. Like, this is what we're buying. And so there are people that you won't feel comfortable with and people that you do feel comfortable with. And sometimes that group of people is the smallest group of people that you could ever think of. And in our situation, this doesn't necessarily mean for everyone. My situation, it's my parents and this friend group.
Yeah.
And that's all we've shared. And
I think this is for everyone. Like, obviously, you want to find the right person. It could be your parents, could be your friends. You want to find the person that when you tell them something, they're going to be happy for you. And not only that, but they're also going to tell you the truth. You know, like, oh, you know, like, that's awesome. Like, I'm happy for you. Like,
but it's genuine.
But yeah, but like, and when I mean like tell you the truth, I mean like, are you like, I'm happy for you, but are you really ready for this? Is this something that you really want? Do you feel peace doing this? You know, like, not someone saying like, oh no, this is gonna go bad already. Like, no, you want people that are gonna like help you out and be happy for you, support you,
give you feedback that's gonna be constructive.
That's what it is. Yeah. And that's the type of people that you want to share your life with, your stories, your chapters, you know. your achievements. And that's an advice. Like that's the type of people that you need to look for, and make your friends.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're nearing the end. So I think we'll do our I was gonna say monthly.
Our monthly.
Our how would you say our tradition question of the day?
The moment you've all been waiting for.
The question of the podcast, I
The
guess you
question
could
of
say.
the podcast.
So what we're doing is we're gonna do like who's not most likely to, but like who's. We're gonna ask you a question and like, oh, this describes this person in our friends group.
Yep, and the people that we're going to be considering is Abraham, me, Mario, Randy, Julissa, and Crystal.
Lala.
Oh, and Lala. How did I forget Lala? I'm sorry, Lalita.
Abraham's offended.
For real.
You should be offended by me. I'm sorry. That I don't know how I did that.
Damn. Do you have okay? You have a question?
You want to get started with your question?
Yeah, I'll start. Okay, let's see. Who from the group do we think it's the messiest one from all?
The messiest.
The messiest one of all.
What do you mean by messiest?
Messiest and like.
That's a tiradero.
Yeah. Like,
tiradero?
Yeah, like they're not the cleanest. They're dirty.
That one's hard because like
yeah,
I'm pretty messy.
Dirtiest one.
Like I'm not dirty, but I'm messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how would you describe your room?
I'm very messy.
Okay, then. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to think.
Well, if we didn't.
Yeah, it's hard because like.
Well, I'm gonna vote Randy because I just walked past his room and it was pretty messy.
Yeah, there's nothing to compare. I mean, I didn't see it, but there's nothing to compare to mine.
Well, I haven't walked in your room.
Yeah,
I would have voted for Julissa a couple years ago, but now I'm gonna vote for not anymore. Now I'm gonna vote for probably Randy too.
I'm gonna vote for myself because
Okay.
I know. I'm
That's funny.
Do you have a question, Vicky?
Who in the friend group is the scariest when they get mad?
I'm gonna say Julissa because she's the only one I've ever seen that.
Yeah, Julissa's like freaking ogre when she gets mad. Like
For real.
It can be scary. It's like, okay, well, just give us some
Actually,
time.
when Vicky gets mad, she gets mad,
Oh yeah.
and it's been like I've only seen her mad one time,
Yeah.
and it was pretty scary.
Yeah, when she
And
does
it
get
wasn't
mad,
even
it's
towards me.
like she's not Vicky. She's like I don't know. She's someone else.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm scary.
No, it's scary. Not scary to you. It's scary to us.
It's because everyone sees like a happy person,
Yeah, yeah.
kind.
So, like, when you're mad, it's
happy,
like, oh,
girly.
like, something's really wrong.
Yeah, like dang.
Okay.
So either Vicky or Julissa for me.
Okay. That's
Who do
better.
you think? You didn't
Julissa.
answer. Did you say? I've never seen Chris mad. Oh, Lala.
Except that one time, Crystal
I would
tried
have to
chasing
vote
us and
Julissa.
punching us.
Oh yeah, but she wasn't mad though. I would vote Julissa just because I fear like I get scared when she is mad.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Julissa.
Julissa.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
For me, Julissa.
Have
Or
you ever
Lala.
seen Lala mad?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mad Man.
Yeah.
Like it's scary mad.
Like she about to punch you,
Like
man.
she yelled at me.
Ding,
Mad.
ding.
And I still like remind her something like, bro, you're still on that.
Yeah. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Okay. My turn of question, right?
Yeah.
Who do you guys think is who do you think is the funniest? Like who
makes
you
me laugh?
the most?
I'm not gonna vote for myself there. I think I'll vote for Randy.
I was actually
goofy.
between you and
Yeah.
Julissa.
Julissa's not funny.
Julissa makes me
she's-
laugh.
I disagree.
She makes me laugh. I
I'll
laugh
probably
really
say
hard with
Mario.
her.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Crystal's word to describe Randy. He's a knucklehead.
Yeah, I think either Mario or Randy.
Yeah, and
Make
then
me
Crystal
laugh
calls you
most.
goofy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny. You guys don't think Julissa makes me laugh.
That's
so funny.
She's anti-funny.
Hey,
Like the rails for lástima.
no,
She
it's
says
me,
something.
no.
Well, it's not what she says, it's what she does to me. Like what she does for me, it's what makes me laugh. Like the things that she does, they're funny.
Yeah.
It's not what she says, but it's what she does.
It's what she does.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's funny.
You don't hear a funny joke.
Yeah.
What's the best kind of music to listen to when you're fishing?
When you're fishing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something catchy.
That is
That
slightly
is funny. That is funny. Something catchy. I should have thought about that.
That is good.
That was good.
All right, so we picked AV for Messi and Randy for Messi. Myself
Funny,
and Randy.
you and Randy.
We haven't really picked Crystal or Lala for like
Who's the
to
most
describe
sleepiest?
them.
Lala.
Or,
Yeah,
yeah.
Lala's always sleepy.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
for
so
real.
true.
Yeah.
Who's
tired?
raise your hand. I mean, don't raise it. Who is the
Stay
one in the friend group who only has good comebacks via text message?
Via text message an hour later.
Chris.
Actually, sometimes it's even a
Crystal's
full
so
day
quiet,
later.
like in person, she doesn't have the comebacks, but when you see her through text message,
Oh, she's a bully. Crystal's a bully.
For real.
Yeah, she be
Dude, she was
freaking
attaching me
roasting
the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah, you didn't read it with the feet.
she was.
Oh, yeah,
she
yeah,
was.
yeah.
That was
I
so
was like,
funny.
"Damn, Chris."
she be
I
roasting.
don't even know what to say to her.
For real, that she got you good there.
Yeah, she-
Who in the friend group is the one person that nobody understands when they talk?
Randy. Que hubo, pues?
Sometimes I'll text you, like, can you translate what Randy said?
Yeah, a lot of times Julissa automatically translates.
For real.
Yeah, because we're just like, what is he
Okay.
saying?
Yeah,
That's so funny.
That is funny.
yeah.
Oh,
I think that's
I don't
all
have
Any
any
more
other-
questions to include everyone? 3 pictures or something?
Oh, I picked it for
I-
the funny one. Or the
I picked
angry
it for
one.
the angry
yes.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we pick you, AB?
Yeah.
The messiest, right?
Messi's.
Hmm.
Who is the best player? Me or Corina? Damn. You think she listen to this?
I don't
I don't know.
know.
I mean, I share
I think
them.
you guys are both pretty up there, like equal.
I'm offended.
So you consider yourself better.
You
Yeah,
know what?
she knows that.
If
that
she
would
was
have
a
been
boy,
good. That would have been a good.
you know, if she
Well,
was
she's
a
a
boy,
boy.
if she was a
Versus
boy,
there.
then I would pick easier. But because she's a girl, it's like she's really good at her talent for being a girl.
What?
Are you saying like girls aren't talented?
Yeah.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's
Should
what
be equal.
I'm just saying for a bass player and being a girl, you don't see that as often.
Gender does not matter in music abilities.
I agree.
It's not a sport.
Mhm.
Whatever.
I agree.
Whatever.
I'm better best player by a lot.
I'm not in a boat
Okay.
there because I have to see
But
it.
you never seen my bass playing skills, Mario.
Yeah, I have never.
Wait, I think I'm a pretty good bass player, better than both of you.
Oh yeah, I remember you played the bass a couple times.
Yeah.
That was funny.
no.
I remember you so tiny grabbing a huge bass,
Yeah.
barely
And we
carry
needed a
it.
bass player at that time, and I was like, well, I can try.
But you know what could
I
have
was shook.
left?
What?
They wanted you to play the bass for them.
Who?
The church.
When?
When Corina left.
Oh, heck no.
I'm like, she barely wants to play the piano.
I barely want to play. I
Oh,
barely.
that's what I heard anyway.
No, well, I never got called up for it, so I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Thank the Lord.
I think that's going to conclude.
Yeah.
Let's have another question, Mario.
No, I just want to thank you guys for allowing me into your
All right,
podcast.
I have one more question.
Teeny
Oh.
weeny.
Who's the number one Cristiano fan?
Mario. Mario is such a big fan
For real.
that his email address is Cristiano_Ronaldo 1791.
Wait,
now
I
they're
wanna
gonna
ask
go
you.
email me and
For real, you just exposed
For real.
That's how much of a fan he is.
yeah.
Oh, why do you
No,
like him so much? I don't-
Oh, why?
really wanna
Why do you
know?
not like him?
No, like I'm like because I'm fans of like people, but I'm not like no offense, Mario, but I'm like. I
Like
mean,
a
I
fanatic.
guess you're not like because there's like creepy fans, and you're not like you're like super fan, but like you're not like one of those creepy fans.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But why do you like him
I'm
specifically? I guess.
not gonna say he's my idol because he's not, but he's a person that I look up to because like I know his background, like his story of like where he came from. He was poor, you know, like what he had to go through to become like to
get where he's at.
Yeah. And I think one thing that makes him like that I admire him the most is like that a lot of people see him as like selfish or like cocky,
Mhm.
but I just see him as a person trying to become the better him, the better version of him, break his own records, break his own achievements. And that just shows like it takes the education, for someone to be able to like to become a better version of themselves. And that's what I like admire. Like, okay, I want to become the better me. I have to really bust my butt out there and like do something that I didn't do yesterday to, day to day. And I think that that's what made him who he is, not because he's cocky or selfish, but because he knew what he wanted in life, where he wanted to be in life, and what he wanted to become. And that's why he is there where he is now.
Yeah.
So.
Dang.
Yeah.
Never seen it though.
Don't ask me about Messi because I don't really know who he is.
But doesn't he have a similar story?
Who? Messi?
He probably just copied Cristiano.
He I think they do like have like a same background of like coming with from
like the way background. I see it is like I don't really watch soccer, so I don't really care about Cristiano versus Messi. Mm-hmm. But like I think I kind of relate to it because like I used to be the biggest. You guys don't know who LeBron James is, obviously. Like, I used to be the biggest hater, but just because like he would always beat the Bulls, like when they were at their best. So like after that happened, like I just learned like, bro, he's like probably one of the best players like we're ever gonna win this, and like we're lucky to like freaking have witnessed like LeBron James and then you can apply it to like Cristiano and Messi. And I told you that like it's like LeBron James and Michael Jordan playing at the same time is like mind blowing. Like you're never gonna see that again. Yeah. For like who knows how many years. Yeah. So just like appreciate them both and and go on your way.
Yeah, definitely. It was. Yeah. I mean, those times I think they're over. But one last thing that I did admire about Cristiano Ronaldo that Messi has not done. I think it's like, well, Messi's barely gonna do it, or he did it when he moved to PSG. But it was like, okay, Cristiano made a decision to like, okay, move from club to club, like consistently, to achieve something different that he had not achieved. Like, okay, you go to a club, you achieved everything, right? Like a lot of people are like comfortable with that, but he steps out of his comfort zone to see what else he's capable of like achieving, and I think he has achieved like so many things in each different club that he has been in, and it's like a good type of ambition that he has. Like, I want to be ambitious about, like something that's gonna bring something good in my life. Yeah, a lot of people are ambitious for bad things, like for evil. But yeah.
Interesting.
I only like Georgina Rodriguez. I think we're soulmates.
Same. No, I like her.
She's mine. Okay, stay away from her.
You're funny. All right. We keep this. I was gonna say let's be this.
The church is coming out.
You can.
Well, that concludes our segment today. I think this one was more than talking about specifically an area or an aspect of friendships. We got to know a little bit more about each other and how friendships can sometimes turn into relationships, right? Without expecting. I think we've all been a witness of starting a friendship with someone and then eventually staying with them. But that's definitely a big blessing for our lives. So I hope you stay tuned for our next segment and our topic on friendships. And maybe we might have a bigger group next time, or maybe it will just be the main ones at all time, like we always are. Yeah. But thank you, Mario, for joining us today. And we really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you for, again, having me here in your podcast. I enjoyed it. Honestly, I wasn't looking forward to this.
What to say. Say what
but
you
I enjoyed
really gotta
it.
say.
But I enjoyed it.
I'm happy you enjoyed it.
It was fun. It was
an honor.
It was an honor being here.
Well, we definitely do this all for you guys and the audience that are watching. So stay tuned on our next podcast. Toodaloo.
Goodbye.